Alright, Mealy Madness friends, I'm going to show you how I made my homebrew digiscoping adapter. So I've got my Skyline Vortex scope here. This is the 80 ED model. It goes from 20 to 60. And then what I did is I went to Home Depot and bought these adapters. This is a 2-inch adapter. Obviously this is the female end, and then I bought the male end here. I've actually Velcro on the back of the male end. The reason I did this is I bought the, it's a fairly expensive little camera. This is the Canon ELPH 300. So I paid about 280 bucks for it, so I didn't want to epoxy glue that on there. So I Velcroed onto the camera and Velcroed onto the male end. So all I've got to do is just stick that right over the top. And you're probably thinking that's crazy, that Velcro, you know, is not going to hold or it's not going to be secure. It's actually really tight. It's so tight you can shake that thing as hard as you want and it's not coming off. So it actually sticks really nice. So nice it's actually a pain in the neck to pull apart. So anyway, just Velcro that on there. Again, the reason I did that is I did not want to ruin this camera, so I could use this camera for shed hunting or other stuff. Plus it would cover up my flash hole a little bit and also my red eye reduction. So I just said, you know what, I'm just going to Velcro that, and it's actually worked really cool, or at least I think so. So anyway, you got to get that lined up with the Velcro and centered. So that's about good right there. Once it's on there, it's not going anywhere. On my female end, I stuck a piece of rubber. I'll show you some pictures of how I got this, but I put a piece of rubber inside of there. So obviously if I've just slid it, I had to cut a little bit out of it to make it a little bit more narrow so it fits snug. And this is going to slide right over the end of my spotter here, and I'll show you how that works. So anyway, I just put that right inside. It's a nice snug fit. You could epoxy that in there if you wanted to, but you don't have to because it's such a tight, snug fit. So once that is inside of there, I'm just going to go ahead and screw that on. Obviously you can just leave that screwed on. You don't have to ever undo that once it's screwed on. So there you go. That's the adapter. It's really that simple. I had to cut this male piece off. It's obviously, you can tell it's very thin right there where it screws in. So I had to cut that piece off. I actually use a band saw to do that, and then I use the belt sander to just sand that real smooth. I don't know if you can see that. So it just Velcros right on there nice. And that just screws right on in. And then all you got to do is slip that over the end of your spotter. So take the eyepiece off. Okay, and I'm just going to slip that right over. Just give it a tug. And it has a really nice seal to it. You can shake that. It's not going anywhere. You can't get that off unless you pull it off. So I like the rubber effect. It's not going to scratch the end of my eyepiece. It's not going to scrape that up and ruin that. I can slide that on and off as many times as I want. It's got kind of a suction grip feel to it. So again, there's not going to be no damage to the eyepiece. It's kind of rubberized here. I've got my rubber in there. It's really slick. It just slides right on. Then obviously all I have to do is turn my camera on and just use my zoom on my camera to zoom in as close to that lens eyepiece as possible, and we are good to go. We're digiscoping. So that's kind of the homebrew. I paid like, I don't know, I probably paid for the parts for this 6, 7, 8, less than 10 bucks. probably around 10 bucks. And we're off and running. So now my next part is to get some cool video and pics for you to show how well it works. Haven't done that yet. Over now.